Okay, we've got a question about melons. We've got to identify the important information, so we're interested in the length and the maximum diameter, which are named again here, so we know what the variables are. Okay, melons in a market stall. We've got to calculate the product moment correlation coefficient, and we know that that is code for R. So for the first part, because we have the raw data, all I need to do is enter this data into my calculator in the correct mode. It's correlation regression, so therefore we need y equals a plus bx mode, and all we need to do is get the calculator to tell us the value of R, being very careful to read the display clearly and not miss any details like a minus sign on R. So all you're going to need in your solution is just a clear statement giving R to remember at least 3 significant figures. And part B of the question, we have to interpret the value, and it says in the context of the question. So interpret means that we need to comment on the strength and the size of the correlation, and in the context of this question means we need to talk about length and maximum diameter. We need to name the variables when we're describing the correlation. So the template for that part of the question looks like this. We need to say word describing the strength, word describing whether it's positive or negative, and then we need to say between what 2 variables. So that's your template for question 1. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so to complete this question about the melons, I need to firstly enter the data into the calculator. So I need to be in statistics mode, and I need to be in y equals a plus b mode. My first x value is 24. I'll put the y value in next. So the y value for that one is the diameter, which was 18. So that's my first set of data. I need to put in all the other ones, okay, onto the calculator. So now I've done that, I have to get my regression calculations up. So I press AC to get off that screen, and option regression calculations, and I can read everything here. So I can see my R value, and there is a minus sign on it, so R equals minus 0.5254. And I now have to interpret, what does it say? Interpret that in the context of this question. So for the interpretation, I need to comment on the strength and on the sign. So this is clearly a negative correlation. And how strong is this? Well, it needs to be more than 0.7 in size before I get excited. This is merely moderate, or you could say there is some negative correlation. So there is a moderate negative correlation between what were my variables back in the table. My variables were length and maximum diameter. So I'm going to say length, and I am going to say maximum diameter. And I'm done.